We're back again on Lutherans Alive with Faye Morgan, a member of Christ Lutheran Church in Millville. And is it coordinator or executive director?
Executive Director is the official title.
Of the North Hills Community Outreach. Faye, again, thank you so much for taking the time to come in and to talk with us and with our viewers about the mission and the ministry of the North Hills Community Outreach. As we went to the break, we were talking about the ecumenical nature, there are really no lines between denominations or congregations that would prevent a group or a congregation in the North Hills from participating in the ministry, right?
Absolutely. We really want everybody to help a neighbor in need, and we figure that's the only way that nobody will be cold, hungry, or forgotten. So I think we had support from about 140 different congregational groups of all faiths really last year. So it's representative of the community, and we just really couldn't do without our congregational support. That's the bedrock of what we do.
I don't think it would take much thought for people to realize either that any congregation may have or does have people in those congregations who are experiencing a particular need or a difficulty and may be a worthy recipient of the programs and the resources that come through your organization as well.
Right. We basically see ourselves as a partner with the congregations. Usually if it's someone in the congregation that the pastor knows that's fallen on hard times, the church has typically some resources to assist them. But if the problem is quite large, then you need to bring in, some outside funding and resources to address that problem. And then, of course, there are always people that show up at the church door that you've never seen before that say they need a bus pass or some money for a bus pass. And we recommend that congregations send those families to us, and we are able to really assess if the need is truly there and what the best way to address it is. And we can devote a great deal of time to working with the family, whereas a pastor can't get in there and dig and spend weeks or months working with the family.
It might be worth just mentioning the requirements or the guidelines that your organization goes by. Some are self-created or directed, and others, of course, are determined by organizations beyond your own, right?
Most of our programs have a test for how much the family makes, what their income is. For example, to use the food pantry, you have to have an income that is 150% of the poverty level or below. So that is actually on our website. You can look up and see what the different programs, how they're means tested to see if somebody's available. Some of them, like our computer training program, you have to be at 100% of poverty or below. And so that's a really low amount. I think for one single person, that's like $9,000. So
that's not much
that's
at
not
all.
much at all to try to live on. So you need computer skills if you're living on that much. But some of the programs, it can go up all the way to 200% of the poverty level, like our savings program. We have a program where we teach people money management and how to save to get out of poverty. So that you can be making 200% of poverty to be enrolled in that program. The only program we have really that does not have a financial component to be served is our Faith in Action program that helps senior citizens stay safe and healthy in their homes. That's where we recruit and train volunteers to provide transportation to the doctors or to the bank or to the grocery store, or maybe just even visit the senior or call the senior to make sure they're okay. There's a lot of seniors out there that aren't connected to a congregation, that don't have family living or living local. And of course, we live in an area that has a very high senior population. So this is a service that's very much needed and appreciated. And we have a new initiative for it called Open Your Heart to a Senior. So we in the North Hills, we're working with Family Services of Western PA. They do a lot of this work in the South Hills and in the city proper. So together with funding from the United Way, we're having a larger campaign to really let people know about this need so that they can help a senior. It really doesn't take very much time at all. You can take the senior when you're going shopping yourself, for example. There's daytime opportunities, evening opportunities. teens can do it because we need raking, and we did need snow shoveling.
This year of all years, yes.
Yes, yes. So it's, the volunteers that do it really feel that they get more out of it than they put in.
Mm-hmm.
And the multi-generational aspect of it, because you know, younger parents who might have little children, they can actually volunteer because the kid can go with them when they go to the grocery store or whatever.
As you say, this is a very great need in this part of the country where the population of seniors is quite high. For a senior who might happen to be watching the program today and wondering, how might I get connected? What can I find that may be of benefit to me? What's the appropriate way to go about that?
Well, if they have internet access, it's openyourhearttoasenior.org. They can go there, people that need help or if they want to volunteer, and it's all right there in one place for them, no matter where they live in the county. And there's also a 1-800 number that can be called.
We'll put that on the screen today as well.
Okay, great. Super.
Good. At this point, is there any way to tell what kind of numbers of people are involved in the early stages of this program in terms of seniors that might be being reached out to?
Oh, there's probably close to 1,000 seniors countywide
right?
that have requested this service, and there's probably more than that need it, but you know, maybe haven't stepped forward to say that they need it because perhaps they don't know about it. So that takes a lot of volunteers then to meet the need that is there.
And that's something that you have as an ongoing initiative as well, then I take it, is to identify those volunteers and to make those connections with the people that are nearby them.
Mm-hmm. Faith in Action is an ongoing program where we do this. And the Open Your Heart to a Senior is a special initiative we have right now to really shine a spotlight on the situation and hopefully bring out more volunteers to help.
Yeah. Well, hopefully today we tickle the fancy of some viewers who might be willing to step in and help to fill that gap.
I hope so.
Yeah.
We have a senior shuttle that we run in the St. Margaret Hospital area. It's funded by the St. Margaret Foundation, and we actually have had some of the volunteer drivers call it a party on wheels. It's you know, it's a lot of fun for them to take the seniors and drive them where they need to go, and everybody is so appreciative of the help that they receive.
Very good. We are at the point where we need to take our second break of today's program, and we'll be back in just a few seconds.